So not a good start, but that 5-iron there just came off like a rocket, and I'm thinking I might have reached the water, which I normally don't do with the 5-iron. So the new Callaway X Hot, it's not looking good because I can't see the ball at the moment and we're getting towards the water, which would mean that I have hit it longer than normal, significantly. Yeah, I can't see it. So, well, this is going to be a learning process today because I've actually reached the water. It's been an absolutely dreadful start with 3 lost balls and I've scored 2 8s. But this is a test round. That's why just then I used the Callaway 3 Hybrid Razor. And it was just perfect, perfectly straight, exactly where I tried to get with my driver. So that's part of the testing. The other club's been, I mean, one of the lost balls was 5-iron went too far, which I didn't know, and I basically haven't reached that water before. A Vokey one I just completely thinned and it was rubbish. I don't know what I was doing there. But I just did the R55 chipper as well. Beautiful shot from off the green. And then hold the putt, and despite having to read the putt as well. So yeah, it's a mixed bag so far, but it's going to be this is a test round. New clubs are going okay there, and now actually I'm not as far as I would normally be with this shot, but could give me a nice pitching wedge in, if that's not, unless it's going to be too short, but we'll see. It was about 90-95 there, and I tried a choke down pitching wedge because that's what I would have done normally against the wind, but I was just not certain at all because I've never used that club, and it came off beautifully, but I messed it up, went left. But that's purely because of hesitance and just not being able to play them as if they are the other clubs, the Zexios, because I know they're not, and so I'm just trying to work them out. And yeah, terrible shot. But the 3 Hybrid Callaway Razor went 167 off the tee, so that's pretty tasty. And it was a very good position to be in, but it's just the new club problem that was the problem. Okay. Hola. At last, I've hit the fairway by doing a bit of a cut, but not an extreme one. Been waiting about, well, since early childhood to get that one right. Really though, I've been waiting ages to get nicely on the fairway here with a proper full high shot instead of going far right off the fairway or hitting it low and just sort of lucking out. But this time I've got it exactly right. Could be quite long as well. Callaway Razor Perla. My nightmarish start. The shots are beginning to come out now. sand wedge to 7 feet from the hole. Putt missed, which means that I'll have to definitely be getting the Scotty Cameron for my 60th. And what else? Oh yeah, another hybrid off the tee. I mean, it went dead straight. It's exactly where I'd want to be, just to the right of the water, the right distance. Wow, that's turning into a club off the tee. And I've had trouble with that and all hybrids except for the Callaway 5 one off the ground, but that tends to hook. But when I say trouble, every so often I top those. But now, off the tee, it's looking very tasty, and I didn't think of that until over the weekend. It just suddenly popped into my head. So yeah, another very nice shot there. So things are picking up, 2 pars in a row. Interesting for future reference. So the Callaway 3 hybrid, I hit 172 that time. I think that's the first time I've hit it over 170, and they gave me about a 45-50 yard lob wedge in, which I've just played beautifully. So yes, things are looking up. So I thought that was going wide left, but birdie on the first par, on this par 4, which is absolutely delicious. That was my first shot with the 9-iron, and potentially a bit risky there because I was hitting against the wind, and so that can be an 8-iron, and actually it proved to be the case. But I decided after that brilliant sand wedge on the hole before, well, that was against the wind as well, but I just had a feeling that these new clubs are going a little bit further, and so I took the 9-iron, and it's on the front fringe. So I think before that might have been just a yard or two shorter and might have rolled down the bank. So it was technically the wrong club given the conditions, but I really just wanted to see what it would do with the wind against and see how I fared. And yeah, it came off okay. Well short of the pin, my god. It's about, gosh, 50 foot. On the green. It's been the usage of the hybrids off the tee that is helping out now with the driver, because for the first time in ages again on this hole, which I've kept missing right, virtually in the centre of the fairway this time. Not particularly long, but, well no, maybe, it might be alright, but improving. So I'm down to +1, we're on the 9th, and +1 against bogey par, of course, goes without saying. But certainly picked up after being 6 over after 2 holes, and have had about 3 very good birdie looks, as they say. I've only got one of them, but it was nice to get at least that. And yeah, thoroughly enjoying the round now. Don't feel any of that Callaway edginess like I did 2 years ago, but just a little bit of uncertainty about what the clubs are going to do. So yeah, especially after that 5-iron which went too long, which is kind of symbolic of the fact that they do go quite long. Anyway, at least I've recovered nicely, and can do some further experimenting on this, my 49th round on the new layout at Unico since it opened in January. No, sorry, since it opened in February. To get over my worry there of scuffing it, I just imagined it was on a tee, and it was actually sitting up a little bit, but seeing as each time I've used it off a tee, that Callaway 3 hybrid, it's come off good. That was good as well, although I must admit the direction was wrong. I was aiming to the left and it's gone to the middle. But anyway, typical alignment issues. Now I've got probably a nice 80-yarder over the bunkers. Another test for the sand wedge. That's my first choke down sand wedge, as it was 65. Or first choke down sand wedge with the new Callaway X Hot sand wedge, and felt very tasty. I don't know where the ball is yet because I can't see it over the bunker. Not bad at all. It's another look at birdie. Well, that was really incredible, because I started to walk because I felt that it was way wide. So, second birdie of the day. Thank you, Callaway X Hot and hybrid ball, lady balls from Dunlop. It's just made me think. I'm now 1 under bogey par. Fantastic. But I really did. I just thought that was like I thought it was a rubbish putt, to be honest. I'm looking forward to seeing that on the film, because I just felt that I missed it left by quite a lot. And yeah, 2 foot past, but straight in. Oh well. Golf. Two things of note. One is I'm not using the wind muffler today because I didn't want to be fussing around with overheating of the camera. It's the same temperature that it was, or pretty much the same temperature it was the other day when it kept cutting out or turning off, and I'm not using the muffler, that's why there's so much noise. But the camera hasn't got hot yet. The other thing is, after those two nightmare first holes, I haven't dropped a single shot against bogey par since. So that's another beautiful recovery round for me. Anyway, here we we go. Against the wind on the green. My prayers are answered again. Yeah, I caught that one very sweetly. Felt almost like a hook, but it wasn't. It went sort of to the left of the pin, but way past it, landed on the green and has gone over the back. I think partly the reason for that was not just the extra power in the club. I think I was trying to compensate for the wind, and well, I don't know if it dropped during my shot or not, but the wind didn't have any effect at all. So this could be the first look at going over a bogey par shot since the first two holes. relief because that was a rubbish chipper shot, too tentative because I was going downhill. Putting saved me again. So I decided against taking the 5-iron because I must have hit that 170 and the green's 150. So I just thought, nice smooth 6-iron. Clearly I then sort of really tried to hit it and I didn't get technique at all and I completely mishit it. Luckily I haven't lost the ball, but it was just, yeah, an absolute rubbish shot. So yeah, it's a pity, as I felt that surely the 6 would be the one this time, whereas I took the 5 last time, the Zexio 5. Still, one complete mishit does not a something make. I've got to find my ball now because I can't see it. What a perler. That was so embedded in that spongy grass that the club was about, it went under the ball about through an inch of grass, just as if it was sand, so I made sure I gave it a full shot. Well, at least it felt like a full shot. I'll have to wait till I see the video. And just popped up fantastic with the lob wedge. And now I'm about 10 feet from the hole. So it's looking good for not actually dropping a shot after all on this hole. So that shot actually wasn't as disastrous as I thought. Strange. So near. Terrible. was a stunning perler. What a tricky shot, so short, and just knocked it over beautifully. on very cleanly, but with all that wind blowing, I was aiming well left, and it's hardly surprising that even though I do obviously, especially recently, tend to go to the right, it sort of held quite a straight line for a while and then just veered off, but it should be okay. And yeah, after getting the par on the last hole, and after 3 bogey pars in a row, I'm now down to 6 under bogey par from 6 over after 2 holes. So I've gained 12 shots, so I'm really pleased with how things have gone, and got some lovely shots to look back on, particularly that long wedge, the 16th. I mean, it was so close to the bunker, and it required such a, just found a rubbish ball, it was so close to the bunker, could have easily just rocketed or rolled off the other side, but instead I got it to 7 feet from the pin, so it was just a glorious shot, as it was so tricky, much trickier than doing the really good 35 or 30 yard shot earlier or on the previous hole. Trying too hard. A shocker followed by a perler. it's just beginning to dawn on me how good those last 16 holes were. When you think I took 16 shots off the first 2 holes, and then the next 16 I did in 58. So if I had parred those first 2 holes, which I never do, but let's just say if, that would be a round of 66 and 3 over par. Now, I quite often get bogey pars on them. So you could say, you could take, well, 10 off today's round. No, not 10 off, 8 off. Yeah, because if I get 16 today, take 6 off. So if I had just got bogey pars on those first 2 holes, I could take 6 off today's score and get my record by 2, 68. So I know there's a lot of what ifs, but that's really as simple as that. 2 dreadful holes, and the rest I played really, really well. So I am as chuffed as a chaffinch. Well, this really goes down as a memorable round. Not only is 74 better than my average, which currently is about 77, but I just worked out that in total I got 9 pars, 2 birdies. Haven't worked out the bogey pars yet, but from after the first 2 holes where I got 16, so the next 16 holes against bogey par, I was, this could definitely be a record. I don't know, but it could be. I was minus 13 against bogey par on those 16 holes. So, absolutely incredible. Minus 13. So I end up with minus 7 overall. And yeah, just truly memorable. And not a single drop shot after those first 2 holes. So very, very tasty indeed. And 3 balls lost to water in the first 2 holes, including 1 off the first tee. 1 which was just a ridiculous one with the Vokey, where I think I was just confused what I was doing. And the other one was actually a positive because I hit the 5-iron too long on the second hole. So even the lost balls have a story behind them. So anyway, 74, incredibly, that's only 4 off my best score ever in Thailand. And that's with 3 lost balls. Well, incredible. Pleasure this is. Yeah, what a pleasure, and incredible to think back to that first round with the Callaway Edge set in England where I got 110 and the world imploded and I had to go back into recovery mode and then soon got used to the clubs. But today, even though I wasn't quite used to them at certain stages, they're obviously going to be pretty good, seeing as they got me out of a god-awful mess after 2 holes. And I tell you a thing that really, really worked well for me today, and is an argument against getting the cheap Scotty Cameron for 18,000 baht for my birthday, is that I only took 32 putts. So that was very good. And I think just a single 3-putt, yeah, putted really well. But I absolutely loved today.
Oh yeah, I mean, you needed me to bail you out after those first 2 holes. 2 holes, you get 2 holes.
Really is.
No, you do. You need me.
I was putting brilliant
to go around and only 3 over par for 16 holes.
There you are.
Absolutely.
It's not
buggering
true.
up the first 2 holes.
I didn't bug anything
me
in the first
to
2
sort
holes.
yourself out. No.